Still going with that brown. Okay, this is a stencil I've used a few times. It's Veined Leaves is the stencil. This one would be really great with a bit of multicolor, like an autumn leaf sort of color, and you could just, kind of make a mottled effect and use that really nicely. I like to have a lot of collage fodder to work from. I find that that gives me more options when I'm making work, both in my journals and collage work on panel or that sort of thing. All right, this is a great burgundy color from Winsor & Newton Galleria acrylic. I recently just kind of discovered them. I usually use Liquitex Basics. But I went to an art store recently and they didn't have what I wanted, so I bought a few paints in this other brand, and I really like them too. But I'm looking at them more as a supplement to what I have than replacing the brand I normally use. Okay, these are veined leaf masks. This set has stencils with the details, and it has large stencils, like just the leaf outline, and it also has these masks in it, so it's pretty versatile. And then those are the offcuts from the stencil part, because I had a little more space. So I thought I might as well print them. And there you go, you can really see the motifs now. That part's always a little bit of fun magic when you kind of use your fingers to burnish in all those little crevices and the image just kind of shows up, especially with these transparent papers. So satisfying. So generally I kind of just spread my masks out to let them dry. The paint is so thin that it doesn't take long, but you don't want them to get stuck to each other. So I just spread them out for a few minutes, and then when I'm done with that motif or that set, they're usually good to put away. I don't clean them either. Some people really like to clean their stencils, but I kind of like the happy accidents that happen when there's paint on them. Um, Sometimes you just can't predict, and that's part of the fun of gel printing too. All right, I think I'm looking for some more stencils here. Nice clean print. Woohoo! All right, going for that Payne's Gray again. Super light coat, it looks like. Payne's Gray is interesting because it's such a dark color, but it goes so transparent. Need more paint. Nice thin layer. And I'm going to use an offcut stencil here. This one is from one of my small branches sets. I think it's from the second one. I really love these motifs. They're super simple, super useful. Just making sure I get it all the way into those stems there, because that's what really ties the whole motif together. Nice. Looks like my paint might be a little dry here. Let's see. Yeah. It's atmospheric. I have a free stencil. You can find the link below. So you can download that, import the files to your cutting software, and then you can cut it on your Silhouette machine or your Cricut machine, depending on what you have. Okay, Hooker's Green. And I'll pick that up. I think that's just a piece of cardstock. That green sort of obliterated that Payne's Gray. It would have been great if I had a lighter tone to it, but that's okay. It'll get used for something, or it'll get overprinted. That's the way it goes with everything I print. You might think I have magical dryers that clean themselves, but really I just cut those parts out of my videos. All right, going for that brown again. These are small branches. These are the line drawing masks. Oops, I have some wrinkles in my page there, but that's okay. Sometimes they add some character. All right. And taking off the masks. And picking up that positive print. I always like the creative mess that kind of happens around my gel plate too. Like all those stencils on the table, all the tubes of paint, tools. I'm trying to use up the rest of that Payne's Gray there. Okay, another stencil. This is Small Branches set 1. And picking that up on a piece of wet strength tissue paper. So with these ones, again, I'm really conscious of getting those stems in there because without the stems, the leaves sort of lose their definition. You can tell I've been printing for a little while. I got paint all over my fingers. Nice. I like the effect on that. Super light. I think most of that ended up on the stencil rather than staying on the plate. That's okay though. Let's see what we get on this print. Yeah, not much left on the plate. I will overprint that with something else. Okay, parchment. Oops, you can tell there was a spot on there where the paint wasn't dry. That's why I got those black or Payne's Gray colored streaks in there. That's too bad. Okay, pick up print. Well, that's interesting. Okay, I got another little baggie of something there. I think they're more leaves or small branches, maybe. Let's see. It's the pale olive from Winsor & Newton. Super opaque, this paint. But it's also like super pastel-y and super, like almost sweet, if you can call the color sweet. Okay, these are more small branches. This is the line work. Set 1, I think. Can't really see that yellow on top of the green, but you'll see it in a second when I put the paper down. There we go, now you can see them. Looks like I got a little too much paint on here, but that's okay. Oh, maybe not, but it was a solid coat. Nice. All right, so I let that sit for a minute and then I'll pull this up. That's all for today. If you like my content, please remember to like and subscribe. Hope to see you again soon. Thanks.